there, welcome to day 2. I remembered to do it. Day 2 of Vlogmas. Please support me. I've worked hard on this and I have great trouble remembering to do things I don't do on a regular basis. So a daily vlog is a little bit difficult for me. I've just been all day saying, Mike, remind me. And we've only just got in, so I couldn't have done it earlier anyway, but for some of you, I guess you're just waking up for the day anyway. So if you see a Vlogmas, you think that's the wrong day. It's not that day yet. It's still the day before. Remember, I'm in Cyprus, so my times are different to you. And this is 5:30 in the afternoon for me. So, yeah. So those of you who haven't watched day 1, do go back and watch that because I explain a lot about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and also a very brief history on Vlogmas itself. So go back and watch yesterday's Vlogmas if you haven't seen it. And you'll also see a couple of little competitions I'm doing throughout these days of December. I'm doing all days of December up to the 31st of December. So what we're doing, the 2 little competitions are this. One is you're trying to guess the Christmas alphabet. So obviously it's day 2 now, so we're doing letter B. We're doing the English alphabet, not the Cypriot alphabet. So it's letter B today. So it will be something beginning with B. And I ask you, before I do my next live, I want you to guess under this live as to what letter, what the letter will be for the next day. So obviously it's C. So what theme will I be doing for letter C? But you need to obviously do it before I get to doing it. So you've got to guess Christmas words or things to do with Christmas beginning with letter C and put that underneath. And I'm going to keep track of all the answers, whether you do it in the live itself or underneath the video. And there will be a prize for the person who guesses the most days correctly as to what the theme will be. Now, I have said a couple of days here and there, I will be doing more than one thing for the letter. So if you get even one of them right, then you'll get a point. So it's not if you get one right, it's a person who gets most of the days right, A to Z, or Z, as the Americans say. So that's the first thing. The second thing is who comments the most. So obviously it will count if you're guessing as a comment as well, but the person who comments most or watches live. So I know a lot of you can't watch me live because my times are completely odd to yours. So if you can't comment live, then comment under the video. So if you want to put that as your guess, that is your comment, then that's fine. That will be counted. So it's the person who guesses the most letters correctly and the person who guesses, who comments the most as well. It may be the same person, which will mean you get a bigger gift. But if it's 2 different people, then that. And of course, if you've won, I will let you know in my comments. I will reply to you somewhere where you've commented and say you've won, and then I will obviously need you to email me your address. I cannot send it otherwise. So there we go. So let's see who guessed the letter theme from yesterday. So that was who's guessing the letter B today. What will I be doing? And I only had 2 people guessing, and both said the letter B I would be doing is bells, B for bells. That's not what I'm doing today. So good guesses. Thank you very much to those who guess. So bells was the only answer. And also 2 doves, bees and gardens was one of the guesses of bells. And they also said for the letter A, because obviously you couldn't guess the letter A, I was already doing it. Good words for that was Advent and anticipation, which I thought were brilliant, but obviously I didn't do that. I did something else. So if you want to see what I did for the letter A, go back and look at yesterday's, and I have labelled them somewhere, day 1, day 2, like that. And also I think I've done December 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So you'll just have to figure out the order of those. So yes, comment below what you think tomorrow will be C. What do you think I'm going to talk about for C? Am I doing one thing or more for C? More than one thing, so you should be good on that. You should be good on getting something right. So let us see tomorrow. Put your comments what you think that will be. And I also want to remind you, my lives will not be the same time every day. It just so happens it's the time I normally do lives on this channel. It may not be, it may be. So they're not all going to be scheduled. You're seeing ones now and then. The Mondays and Wednesdays are always scheduled because that's when I do a live and they will be at those times. But that's that. So basically, we shall begin day 2 Vlogmas now. As I say, check yesterday's one for more information. But let's start today's vlog, Vlogmas day 2. So what are we talking about today? Well, today the letter B is Boxing Day. Now, I know a lot of countries don't know what Boxing Day is or when it is or what it's about. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas Day, so December the 26th. And my notes I made is it's been noted since 1743 Boxing Day. And this is the day when tradespeople and employees received presents of gratitude. And they had a small Christmas box from their customers and or their employers. They were presented with a box, hence Boxing Day. That's where it comes from. And it was to thank them for their good service throughout the year. And don't forget, in those days, people would work on Boxing Day. So they would work straight away the day after Christmas. And it's also mentioned in Samuel Pepys's diary entry from the 19th of December, 1663. And he says it's when servants of the wealthy were allowed the next day to visit their families, since they would have to serve their masters on Christmas Day. So that's how it became a holiday in England and maybe some other countries. It stemmed from that the wealthy people said their servants could have the next day off after Christmas Day. Boxes would be given to them with money bonuses, and even sometimes they would have leftover food to take to their families. Now, in a minute, I'm going to be talking about my memories of Boxing Day growing up as a child. But first, let's have a little interlude. So I did play the beginning one again, but that's fine. It's Christmas. And we've just got a nice message in from Steve and Tina Jewell. Hello from Mexico. So it's Tina's birthday, and that's why they're in Mexico. So we'll just add Steve and Tina down to who comments the most. And we're guessing as to what I'm going to be doing for letter C tomorrow. Any guesses what you think my theme will be for the letter C tomorrow? So let's do the interlude I was going to do. So let's talk now about what we remember from our Christmas, the day after Christmas. So if you didn't do Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas, what is your typical day after Christmas? Is it finding those lost pieces of games and puzzles? Is it eating what you ate the day before in a different form? Well, for me, my memories of Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, was always the day that my nan, my grandma, I've talked about this before, we always say nan or nanny, but grandma, the day my grandma and my granddad would come to see us. So my mum just wanted my mum, my dad, and my siblings on Christmas Day. So she invited, it was her parents to come over on Boxing Day. Steve says cold turkey is what they, I was going to say regurgitate, that's not the right word. Reuse, maybe you regurgitated it. Steve said just about to head off to the cold. Cold. You would say I've got some top on. Yesterday I deliberately put on a jumper to try and give you that Christmas feel. It's been so hot today, I've been in my shorts all day. I look like a tourist because it's my Cyprus top as well. Cyprus. So it looks a bit like a tourist today. But I'm trying to pretend, look, it's winter. Whoa. So, yes, so my nan and granddad will come over. They had a present for us for Christmas Day under the tree for us to open, but obviously they weren't there to see that. So they always bought us another gift on Boxing Day so they could see us unwrap it, which was really sweet. Steve saying hot and sunny here in Porter. Yeah. Well, lovely weather. I like it here because it can be colder, like first thing, when I say first thing, I'm talking about 6 o'clock in the morning, and late at night, it can be a little colder. So you don't feel it's like a boiling hot place like Australia for Christmas. That would be too weird, but it's nice weather. So they would bring us a present over, and it was always me and my older sister got the same thing. And my mum used to say, oh, we'll get them the same so they don't fight over stuff. We never used to fight over stuff. So in a way, that's a bit of a shame sometimes to have the same thing because you can't share and whatever else. But we always got a present there. My mum would do a bigger table, obviously. She would, I don't know if she always did it. Yeah, I think she always did it. She brought the dining table into the lounge, and we would have that on. So it was like the big table in the lounge when they came over. It would always be my granddad liked his TV. So he would literally sit in an armchair. He would have his special armchair in our house when he came over. And he'd have a tall bar stool next to him as a table. And he'd have his drink on there. And he liked TV, so as long as he had his TV, he was happy. So my dad would always find out if he wanted. There's always some Boxing Day movie, whether it was James Bond or sometimes it'd be like a cowboy type film. And there was always, is it still the same? Sport on Boxing Day. There was always racing or big matches, or I never liked Boxing Day TV very much. There's maybe a Morecambe and Wise, they're two comedians, a film they'd done here and there. Sound of Music maybe, although that was normally Christmas Day. I would have thought Christmas Day used to have the bigger epic films. But yeah, I would think a James Bond film. And I did a question for you a little while ago on one of my lives, and it was, where did the writer of James Bond get the name James Bond from? And Steve was on when I asked that. Do you remember, Steve, where he got the name James Bond from? Do you remember? It was from when he was trying to think of a name for James Bond. He was just sort of looking around the room and he saw a bird book. And the bird book said the author was James Bond. Yes. Wizard of Oz. Yes, that could often be on either Christmas Day or Boxing Day. And then we'd have more of the sweets. And for tea, like your supper, if you like, your evening little bits and pieces, because you'd have your main meal again on lunchtime. And then the evening you'd have mince pies and sausage rolls and turkey, like sliced turkey, so you could have a turkey sandwich. What else did we have? I never liked Christmas cake, but my dad liked Christmas cake, so he'd have more of that. Just bits and pieces, snacks and peanuts. But what we always had was, because my mum, my nan, my grandma and me, we really liked chestnuts. So I don't know if mum bought them or nan bought them, and they would go in the oven and you'd cut that little cross in the top of them with a knife, just cut a little tiny cross, put them in the oven, and then when you took them out, you'd let them cool a bit and just peel them in kitchen paper, just peel them all and eat them. They're delicious. They really are delicious. If you just put them on a baking tray and put them in the oven, 9 times out of 10, we would forget they were in the oven. We would forget, and you'd suddenly hear all this banging in the oven, and it was, the chestnuts. So quite a few years they were no good. Steve says, in the USA, It's a Wonderful Life movie. Yes, everyone's got their classics from whatever generation they are. Let me just have a drink. So what generation they were. So as I say, I think Sound of Music was something we had quite a lot, but really good movies. I don't know what movies they've got on for Christmas this year. Haven't seen anything. But let me know what the big movie is where you live. Are you someone who streams to another country? Steve says, I remember having them in London being cooked on coal brazier. Yes, I've never had them out anywhere in a market or anything like that. And it took a long time before Cyprus you could buy the sort of things I was used to for Christmas. You couldn't get turkey, because here they have many meats. They don't have like one thing like a goose or a turkey. They just have a whole table full of main meat. So they might have a big lamb, or I don't know, pheasant, partridge, whatever they want, and there would be about 5 there. So you wouldn't have one main bird or meat dish that comes out. There would be a few. So it's not traditional to have, any one particular type of meat in Cyprus. So there wasn't turkey. We couldn't get that. You couldn't get sausage rolls, and only in the most recent years you can get what I call English sausage rolls. You can buy here a sausage in pastry, but it's not sausage roll as we know it. It is literally a sausage, a Cypriot sausage in pastry, but you can now get those. I wanted mince pies. You couldn't even get mince pies. You can get them now. In fact, we have Mr. Kipling mince pies. The last few weeks we've been having them. So we've had those, but you couldn't get those. So I said to Mike, I don't mind making everything. So I made little sausage rolls the first time, tried to get the stuff for it, the sausage meat, couldn't get sausage meat. So we bought sausages and we took the meat out of sausages so I could make sausage rolls. I couldn't find mincemeat anywhere, like in a jar. You normally get mincemeat. Couldn't get that anywhere. Oh my goodness. I don't like Christmas cake anyway, so that wasn't a problem. I think we did get Christmas pudding, not the first year, maybe about 3 years into living here, we got that in the end. But now you can get it all. You can get it all. But only just you can get it all, as in, we don't do this thing a lot of countries do and start selling Christmas stuff way down the line. We've only just we went into town today and we've only just seen the decorations gone up for Advent. So they go up for Advent here. And those of you who've been told by another channel that Advent is the 1st of December, it's 4 Sundays, the 4 Sundays before Christmas. I was going to say Easter then, the 4th Sunday. So it can start in November, Advent. It is the last 4 Sundays before Christmas. And there's a channel out there telling everyone it's December the 1st. Not necessarily, no. It's a Sunday. Yeah, so my nan and granddad would come over, and as I say, Nan used to chat with Mum all the time. Me and my big sister, and then later on my little sister, would just play games and play with our Christmas toys, show our Nan and granddad what we got. We'd have Christmas crackers again. Now, if you don't know what they are, that will be coming up at some point. Might be under traditions or something. It comes within something else, but I'll talk about those. So we do that at Christmas, on Boxing Day. As I say, Nan and Grandad would stay for tea in the evening. When they used to drive, my granddad used to drive, and as he got older, he wasn't happy driving on Boxing Day because people would go out traditionally to pubs and drink, and he wasn't happy, or if it was snowy or icy. And so my dad sometimes would collect them just so they could come. And then as my granddad got older, Dad went and picked them up anyway. They didn't live very far from us. Steve says, we're off to the beach. Have a great day. Bye for now. Thank you so much for joining me, Steve. Thank you, and Tina as well. Hope you've had a lovely birthday, Tina. My birthday is on the 6th, so I'll be talking about my birthday on the 6th. Vlogmas Day 6 on the 6th. Yeah, so that really is our Boxing Day. It's a day when everyone digests, basically, and just sits around, watches films or TV or plays games. It's not a day going out, although these days it's all about shopping and sales. Lots of people started going to Boxing Day sales. Can you not just sit at home and relax like it used to be traditionally? Just stay at home, relax. It's family time. You've got Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Can you just not stay home? You've had new things on Christmas Day. Stay home and enjoy those. Why are you going out to the sales? And mostly sales aren't sales at all. They're just the prices put back down to their still profitable sale price rather than being pumped up before Christmas. So let me know if you know of Boxing Day, if you do anything, or if you don't know Boxing Day, then what do you do the day after Christmas? Do you have other relatives? Some families are a bit divided now and have some Christmas Eve, some Christmas Day, some Boxing Day. Do you go travelling to visit other people? I know young married couples feel they have to go to one person and then another day to another person. I think it's important when you're first married, if you've got two lots of in-laws, make it your first Christmas, you just stay by yourselves. This is a good plan. Then you haven't got any tradition other than your own, and it won't be our first Christmas was spent with this or that, or I went to that one, so now they always expect me to come, or now next year we have to go there. So maybe start and say, well, why don't you all come to us? That may be something. So I'm going to finish there. As I say, let me know in the comments below what you're going to be doing the day after Christmas, and also in the comments below what you think I will be doing for the letter C. What will be letter C tomorrow?